guacamole was created by the Aztecs, but did you know they believed the avocado was so powerful that, well, let me explain in the video. And there's more. The first English language recipe was written by a pirate. And this story involves an Aztec god, a secret code in the Mayan calendar, and consumption numbers that defy imagination. Come along as we uncover the complete history of guacamole. It all begins long before the Aztecs. Archaeological evidence shows that avocados were already being consumed in Mexico as far back as 8000 BC. The avocado was so important to pre-Hispanic peoples that the Mayans named the 14th month of their sacred calendar Avocado. Yes, the avocado had its own place on the calendar. According to pre-Hispanic tradition, the recipe was taught to the Toltec people by the god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. The Aztecs, who inherited the tradition, called the avocado Aguacatl, a word that, curiously, was also slang for testicle. Because of this, they believed the avocado had aphrodisiac properties and gave strength in battle. Because of this association, some women were discouraged from harvesting the fruit. The Aztecs called the sauce guacamole, which in Nahuatl literally means avocado sauce. The original recipe was surprisingly simple: mashed avocado, tomato, and ground chili pepper. In 1697, an English pirate named William Dampier published a book called A New Voyage Round the World. Dampier, a buccaneer who sailed the seas plundering ships and writing about his adventures, described a dish called avocado, made with avocado pulp mixed with lime juice and sugar. It's not exactly the guacamole we know, but Dampier documented the first English-language recipe, ensuring the dish entered the historical record. When the Spanish conquistadors encountered the sauce in the 16th century, they quickly adopted it and added their own touch: onion, cilantro, and lime, which we now consider essential. Guacamole traveled the world through Spanish trade routes and centuries of migration, becoming a global ambassador of Mexican cuisine. Fun fact: before the 20th century, the avocado was often called the alligator pear, in English, because of its green, bumpy skin. The Hass variety, the most famous in the world, was only cultivated in California in the 1920s. Today, guacamole has become a global consumption phenomenon. The numbers are staggering. During the Super Bowl, the biggest sporting event in the US, Americans consume about 3,629 tons of guacamole, the equivalent of over 63,000 tons of avocados. That's about 250 million avocados crossing the border from Mexico to the US in a single day. Mexico supplies 90% of all avocados consumed in the United States. Mexico is the world leader in avocado production, with 28% of the global market, surpassing Colombia, Peru, and the Dominican Republic. The world's largest guacamole record was set in 2017 in the city of Parabén, Mexico, at nearly 5,000 kilograms, about 11,000 pounds, enough to feed an entire town with chips to spare. National Guacamole Day, celebrated on September 16th, the same date as Mexico's Independence Day. A coincidence that turns the date into a double celebration. Molcajete, the volcanic stone mortar and pestle used by the Aztecs, is still used today to prepare traditional guacamole, connecting the modern recipe to ancestral methods. The secret to keeping it green: avocado turns brown quickly because of an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase. Lime juice helps slow the process, and many swear that putting the pit back into the guacamole also works, but that's more superstition than science. So, the next time you dip a tortilla chip into guacamole, remember, you're not just eating a sauce. You're tasting over 10,000 years of history that began with Aztec gods and Mayan calendars, was documented by an English pirate, refined by the Spanish, and became a global phenomenon that moves tons of avocados and feeds millions of people on Super Bowl Sunday. Now I want to know from you. Are you on team traditional guacamole, or do you like to experiment with variations? Have you ever tried making it at home in a molcajete? And most importantly, did you know that the avocado was once called an alligator pear? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this creamy, flavorful story, hit that like button to help the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and ring the bell, because every week a new story is coming out of the kitchen. See you on the next plate.